guys, how are we all doing on this beautiful day? So today is just a brief catch up to find out what we've been doing, how we've all got on, and this little beauty has joined me. So for all of you new members that aren't aware, this is Emily and she is now my spirit guide, and she is starting to show her true colours now. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will be doing a overnight with her where I will put the K2 and the DVR and a camera on her, and I will leave her all night because little darling that she is, she moves, and because I've put her down in different positions, and then I've got up the next day and her arm has moved slightly, or her leg has moved, or her head's moved. So for those who are not familiar, this is Emily and she's absolutely gorgeous. She's my girl, isn't ya? Yeah, I'd shit myself now if she turned around and smiled at me. So yeah, anyway, so what have we got? Hello Paul, how you doing, lovely? So today, because obviously as you know, my favourite time is coming up, Halloween. I don't know what it is about Halloween. It's probably all to do with all the spookiness and the ghosts and stuff like that. But as you know, spirits are with us all the time. They're always roaming around and everything. So we are so excited that we will be doing a Halloween special. And this morning I was out and about and I've checked out a couple of places and I've got the perfect location for the Halloween special. So watch this space. Secondly, obviously I've done investigations with Paul, and there was one we did the other day where I first used the pendulum board, and the response we got from there, we had I wouldn't say he was a bad spirit or a negative spirit, but he wasn't a very nice one. His name was Michael, and he was really giving the pendulum board a go. And I know I said in the video I dropped the pendulum, but keep going back and watching the video, it was actually snatched out my hand. So I didn't drop it, it was pulled from me. And then, as you well know, yesterday I was at my favourite cemetery and I had two cheeky chappies come through, and if you've seen my video, it's a bit of a giggle. It's a lovely place to go, and hopefully if I can gain the trust again from the spirits, which they know me there, they're understandable, they know where I'm coming from. So hopefully I will take some of you there. Paul has been to that place with me and he got some good responses, but yesterday was just magical. So what's today's on about? Now, a lot of people, when we did the investigation the other day where I used the pendulum board, we had a lovely gentleman come up to us and he was speaking to Paul, and he turned around and he said to Paul, he said, "So are you a psychic?" And Paul's not a psychic. So today's bit of a brief is, what's the difference between a psychic, a medium and a clairvoyant? Now, psychics and clairvoyants very much work the same, where they will tune into your earthy side, your own chakra, spiritual side, whatever. So with a psychic and a clairvoyant, they don't predict what's going to happen, or they give advice. You know, they do tarot cards, they do crystal ball readings, they do palm readings, they do tea leaf readings, you know, oracle cards, which are similar to tarot cards, but they're in the same sort of league, so it doesn't matter relevant. So they're your psychics and clairvoyants. Now you do get psychic mediums, which will people that will pick up on spirits, and you know, they look into the crystal balls. With everybody associates a psychic being a lovely little headband with lots of little gold stuff dangling from it, you know, look into the crystal ball or look into my eyes, blah blah blah. So that's what psychics and clairvoyants do. They do readings, spiritual readings, where you get someone like Paul, who is a paranormal medium. Okay, now what he does is he picks up on energies around us. He senses people, well, spirits, I just call them people because they're just like us. He senses them, he sees them, and you can give Paul a particular object, like he said in his last video he did, you know, a picture, you know, you can give him a picture and he will get like a vision, or correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, I don't know, you're going to have to help me out with this one, lovely. If he has a particular picture, he can image of what that person was and possibly get a name. So paranormal, there's a lot of difference between psychics and mediums. Yes, you've got your most popular one, I know, I don't know him personally, but Ian Lawman, he is a psychic and a medium, and he's working with everybody and anybody, but he does both. He's got the ability to do both. So if you go up to Paul and you say, oh, you're a psychic then, no, he's not. He is not a psychic. He does not do palm reading. He does not do tarot cards. He doesn't do anything like that. He purposely does the spiritual side. So if, like I say, if you've got a particular photo or a particular item, you know, he can, yes, you can channel through picture. Thank you for that. Like I say, you've got to help me on this one. You've got to help me out here, Paul, because if I'm wrong, correct me. So yeah, so he channels his energy and he can sense and feel things. Now, obviously, I'm working with Paul and I've been doing a lot with Paul, and yesterday's investigation, I now can have, if I say I've got the ability, I don't know if that's the right word to say, but now I can go somewhere and I can sense straight away if something's there. And yesterday's investigation, if you've watched it, I had a spirit lady called Helen, and as soon as she introduced herself to me, I could see her standing just at the side of me but further away. I can give you a complete description of what she looked like, and she was the one that was warning me about a spirit. Now, going back to spirits and everything, this is where it winds me up a bit, because a lot of these investigators and a lot of these paranormal teams, I don't think they are giving the spirits the right respect, because you've seen them, they've gone to certain locations and, okay, spirits, speak to me, spirits that are here, come through, speak to me. You know, I wouldn't particularly like it if that was me, and I did go, when I first started doing all of this, that's how I used to present myself, if you want to call it, you know, spirits that are here, you know, come and speak with me. Now, what I have found, and it does work a lot, and it is a lot better, is that if you kindly ask the spirits, like at that cemetery I was at yesterday, like I say, they're so lovely there, and I welcome the spirits. Obviously, you've heard me do my call out, you know, it's the normal, if there are any spirits here, if you can hear my voice, blah blah blah, that stuff. But yesterday I gave the spirits the opportunity. I said to them if they would like to. I'm no longer going to a place now and I'm going to say, right, spirits, I'm here, talk to me. I'm going to ask them if they would like to speak to me, because even though they're in the spirit world, you know, still treat them with respect, because how would you like it if someone came up to you and said, oh, you start talking to me? You're going to be like, what? Don't speak to me like that. And that's what I found with the cemetery I was at yesterday. The spirits there, because it's quite a posh area, you know, I always give the spirits the opportunity to come and speak through with me, you know, if they would like to. They don't have to, but if they would like to, then I would be really happy if they would. So if any of you do investigations and you want to start out, then, you know, just give a bit of a gentle approach to them, because obviously they've got to know you, you've got to know them, and the more, like I said as well, I'm rambling on, I know I am, but I've got to get it off. The more you go to a particular place, the more the spirits will know you. They will know your energy, they will pick up on that, and your energy will reside in that area. So it's not every day I'm going to go back there and I'm going to get the same people come through. You know, I am gonna go places where I get negative spirits and angry spirits, but I will still treat them with respect. I won't. You know, if they start being nasty with me, then I'll start being nasty with them. End of. Oh, hello. Now the cat's come over. So yeah, but the main thing today was psychics and mediums. What is the difference between them? So, like I said, psychics, they've got the ability to read tarot cards, to do tea leaves, to read your palm, where mediums, paranormal mediums, have the ability to channel through, like Paul said, a picture, or he can sense something that's there, he can feel something, and names will come through. And I'm not knocking psychics, I'm not knocking clairvoyance, you know, that's their own, that's what they like to do. It's a bit like us investigators, you know, there's people probably out there that mock us, you know, oh, you're bloody talking to spirits, no such thing, blah blah blah. And that's, to me, a psychic and a clairvoyant, I wouldn't really particularly believe what they say. I'm not saying that they don't do the job properly, because I'm nowhere near in the league as a clairvoyant or a psychic, or, you know, even like a medium like Paul. I'm not like that. But since doing a lot with Paul and working with him, I now can sense things more. I can, yes, as a paranormal mediums, we do not charge. Yes, we know. Some mediums will charge, and it's like clairvoyants and psychics, because they've got to earn a living somehow. So yeah, they will charge. And I've had many come through on my Facebook page, you know, just randomly, oh, there's a spirit that wants to speak with you, you know, call this number, you'll get charged at such and such, plus you'll get the price for the reading and everything. And a little story about this, we were in Coventry a while ago, and there was me, Richard and Ray and Paul, and anyway, this lady come up to us, and she started to talk, and she started to say things, and some things she did say were relevant, but then she was just talking to us, and then she turned around and she said, now that's £10 each. We were like, what? And we didn't pay her, we just gave her a donate, we just give her a fiver, you know, we weren't going to give her the full money. So I think Richard gave her a fiver and I gave her 60p, and I was like, right, now disappear. Are you watching the camera, sweetheart? It's alright, it's just, you know, whatever. So yeah, so that's really all of today, is between psychics and mediums, and generally what have we been doing and whatnot. There are, I know I said on the group that there is a big paranormal investigation going on, but the people have got back to us and they don't mind us doing the grounds, but if we want to do inside the place, then they would like us to pay for it. And that's one thing that really annoyed me, because I'm not paying for it. And I'll tell you where it was, because I'm not afraid to say, but it was Brownsover Hall. We had an email back to say, yeah, we're more than happy for you to do a paranormal investigation within the grounds, you know, you can come into the hotel, but it's going to cost you. You know, we don't want to be over the night in the hotel, we just want to walk round the hotel and the stables and etc. and do our investigation. But no, they'd want us to pay for it, so that is not going to happen now, because we're not paying to do an investigation. And the way I look at it, Brownsover Hall has been investigated that many times, and it's like 30 East Drive, you know, that is just money making now. Yes, I know it's the Poltergeist house, and it's the most dangerous house in, where is it, Pontefract, I think it is, I think it's Pontefract, Wales, but they're getting money off that, and that's what's keeping them going. And I think if you keep going and pestering spirits, they're going to get fed up here, and they're not going to do anything. As much as I would love to do with 30 East Drive, is people are in there every day of the week doing it, and I want, as Rugby Ghost Hunters, I want us to go somewhere that, and I will find it, and I am looking, I am determined I'm going to find a place that no one has done an investigation before, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant and absolutely magical. And as always, we do want you to come out with us. We're looking for people to come out with us. But obviously, as you well know, I can only do investigations within school hours, and I understand that some of you work, so weekends are okay. I can do weekends, but it's just a little bit hard, and I have to have a few days prior just so I can get childcare for Ree and whatnot. But yeah, so that's was today's thing, was between psychics, clairvoyants, and mediums. Like I say, we've got the Halloween coming up, and obviously I shall be in all my gear. I was going to do the Halloween one at the cemetery yesterday, but I find it, because they're so nice there and they're so polite, I am not going to bother doing it there because I think that's very disrespectful. Yeah, and just basically, you know, how have we all got on? How are we all doing? You know, all the new members of the group, you know. There's been a few of you on here that have shared videos and shared your stories, and that's what we want. You know, we love to hear from you. We love to hear all your experiences, or your videos, or if you've got anything else you want to share with us. Just one more thing, you know, we don't have advertising on the group, you know, so you know, don't advertise anything that you're selling because your post will get removed. We are basically here as a paranormal group to share stories. Yes, if you want to, I don't know, share a book that you've written or something, that's fine. Just put it up on the group once and that's it. You know, don't keep asking to be put up because it will just keep getting declined. Now, as you know, I am on admin and Richard and Paul are admin, but I'm now taking a step back from that. I am no longer going to be an admin on the group. I'm leaving it down to Paul and Richard. So if any posts come through, but if you still want to get in contact with me, obviously I'm still on the group. You can still PM me or DM me, whichever. You know, we're all there to help you. But other than that, there's not really much else to say. And I'm going to embarrass Paul now, but I cannot thank Paul enough for what he's doing with me, working with me, because I would like to eventually become a medium, but I'm nowhere in that league as of yet. And because I've been doing this for a while now, I have been more open-minded. I'm getting more sensitive to things, you know, emotions, drainage, that sort of thing. And I'm really getting into it. There are some days, just recently, I've been feeling quite down, and I've like, Richard will say, oh come on, why don't we go and see such and such, or we're doing an investigation here. I can't be asked. I don't want to. Because I don't want to keep going out there and annoying the spirits. I would like to go, like my first ever place I went to when I first started out was the old church at Long Lawford, and you know, that was a bit twitchy at first because I was still new to it. You know, I didn't have half the kit that I had then, and they were really nice, but I kept going back there, and I did feel that they were getting annoyed about it. So I always like to go places that A, I haven't been before, and B, that I have been back to. And this is why I went back yesterday to that cemetery, because I hadn't been there for a few weeks, and I wanted to go back and just say, look, I haven't forgotten you, you know, you're still here, I'm still here. I'm not closing it down yet because I still feel that there's a lot more work to be done on that cemetery and the spirits within it. I want to try and get back into contact with the spirit of the lovely lady I had come through, Emma. I don't know what happened to her, but I presume that, I'm just presuming, maybe she died from COVID, I don't know. Maybe she had an accident, maybe she had cancer, I don't know. But I'm always being drawn back to that area. Now yesterday I was up at the top end because it's not big, but it's not tiny, and it's all different areas, and that's what I like to do. Oh, thank you, Paul. That means a lot. That really does. Um, but anyway, yeah, Halloween. So, what plans have we got for Halloween? Well, like I said, we've got the investigation for the Halloween special. Um, and obviously, as you all know, I am absolutely obsessed with Halloween. I love it. You know, there's nothing better than curling up when it's all cold and wintry outside and autumny, and watching your old typical spooky films like your Ghostbusters, your Hocus Pocus, Haunted Mansion, Scooby Doo. You know, you've got all of that. And why do we like Halloween so well? Me anyway, but why do people like Halloween? What is it about Halloween? Now, Halloween all started way back. I think even before the Victorian era. I don't know. But everyone obviously associates Halloween with pumpkins, witches, ghosts, zombies, werewolves, vampires, you name it, the list could go on endlessly. But I like Halloween because it's quite tradition. It's right. The cat's just like, look, there she is. She just pops up. I like Halloween basically because it's very tradition. Because as tradition goes, it's actually pronounced All Hallows Eve. Now, everyone, obviously, Halloween has been more commercialised now. It's more popular. But everyone, if you've done your history on it, it was tradition that it was the only time of the year that the dead could walk amongst the living. But we now know that is not true because spirits come with us all the time. They're around us all the time. Look at the cat in the background. What are you doing? So yeah. So anyway, so the tradition was All Hallow Eves, which obviously the Day of the Dead could walk amongst the living, blah blah blah. And it's just everything spooky. But why is Halloween spooky? Why do people think that it's so scary? I'm a big kid when it comes to Halloween. I love Halloween, and I decorate the house, and I don't take Rianne trick or treating, but I do have her treats in the house, and I just love the old tradition of it. You know, way before pumpkins, you had swede or you had turnips, and basically the origin of that was to keep away evil spirits from coming through to your home. That's why we have pumpkins out on the front doorstep. That's why we like pumpkins, because it's the spirit. You're taking away the negative. But over the time now, I feel that Halloween, we're inviting the spirits more, and we want them to come in more, and we want them to communicate. But as investigators, you know full well that the spirits are around us all the time. There's no such thing as one day of the year that they come out and they can walk amongst us. They're with us all the time. What are you doing? I'm getting a funny feeling off you. What are you doing? It's alright, there's just some of this. But yeah, so what else was I going to say? Not a lot really. The pendulum board, yeah, I had good responses with that. I will be using that some more, as well as the Ouija board. So oh, it's so nice to feel popular, isn't it? Or Jack-o'-lantern is Irish myth. Is it? Okay. So obviously someone, Mr. Creswell, knows more than what I do about it, but that's what I thought. That's what I was told from school and everything, that well, yeah, because the Americans call them jack-o'-lanterns, don't they? We call them pumpkins. But they're just associated with that sort, because that's when you have pumpkins, that's the end of the year that they come through, you know, October time and everything. But yeah, so thank you for that. What was the original pumpkin for Halloween? How jack-o'-lantern? Okay, I will read up on that, Paul. Thank you so much. I will read up on that. I know that's just got me thinking now for more research to do for Halloween and whatnot. But yeah, there we go. Like I say, I hope all of you are well, and if you are doing anything for Halloween, please do it safely. Please do it in a nice way. If you've got any problems, or if you if you've got anything you want sorting, you can speak to Paul, you can speak to me, um, and go on from there. But yeah, Rugby Ghost Hunters we've had some fun just recently, and some good investigations. Now, obviously, Paul closed the Attleborough, I think it is. Was it Attleborough, Paul, that you closed? I know. Alston Road, that was it, Alston Road. I know Paul has closed that, and like he said, and I've said it as well, will we go back to those places? We probably will, but it won't be just yet. And if there is any places that we've closed down, but not closed down as in closed, but if there's any cemeteries, I mean, if any of you out there who are watching this, if any of you do watch this, I hope you do. But if you want to start off with your paranormal investigations, then the best place to go is the Church Lawford, the old church, because you will get activity there, and you don't need all the kit. You just need an app on your phone, and you go on from there. Because that place, I mean, I'm quite happy, even though I've closed that now, I would be quite happy to take some of you back there and let you obviously introduce yourself and let you do the investigation. You talk to the spirits, not me. You do it. There's just something about her. I don't know why. It was just her little red cheeks. Look, I've still got to do her hair. Her hair still needs washing and whatnot. But she's gorgeous. I love her. I love her to bits. See, this is what I say about her hands. Look, if I lift her up a bit, her hands, you can pose them in different positions, okay? And throughout the day or night, when I get up the next morning, it's something silly, like this hand could be down here. If I put that up there, if it was too heavy, then you'd see it going down like this. But she's beautiful. So she's going to be coming out on investigations with me. I might take her if I go back. Well, I will be going back to the cemetery. I'm going to be taking her because I'm going to see if there's any children's spirits that want to come through. I will be doing another investigation at a crematorium in Coventry. I wanted to do a children's one a while ago, but obviously there was people up there visiting graves, so I didn't bother. But I want to take her there and see if anything comes through with her. But yeah, she's lovely. I love her, and there's just something about her. Weird things are happening in the house with her, She moves and I hear giggling and laughing, but she's just beautiful. So yeah, Emily is part of the Ghost Hunters group now. So, but yeah, what else was going to pick up on? I don't know really. Like I say, I've done the Ouija board, not the Ouija board, the pendulum board. The Ouija board, I will still use that. Pendulum board, that was another thing, because some people have probably said, or probably thinking, I've been moving it, I was making it move. I wasn't. It dangles, and as it's dangling, yes, because it was going, it was making my hand do the motion. Because obviously I'm not one of these people, I don't fabricate stuff. If something happens, it generally does happen. And yesterday was a prime example, because I was having communication with Helen, and I don't know whether it was her or whether it was Blanche, but I had two spirits come through, Helen and Blanche, and they kept saying, he's dangerous, be careful, watch it. And then I got like a poke, and it was not something that you do that. It was like someone literally poked me, and it did hurt. I've got to go back and watch the video because apparently there is a growl that comes through on the microphone. So that's the next thing I'm going to sort out, is have a microphone, just not for picking up the apps or anything like that, but just basically, rather than the little DVR, I'm just going to put a microphone, and I'm just going to ask the spirits if they want to speak into it, you know, because I think I've got to go back and listen to it, because there are other voices that came through as well. And if you've watched the video when we did the railway line, at the beginning of that you hear like a high-pitched moan or a cry. So yeah, that's another place we will be going back to. I've got the local crematorium down the road from us to do. Right, Paul would like to say a big thank you to Richard Chadband for all his camera work and the stuff that he does behind the scenes. Yep, we'll talk about Richard. No, he's sitting there not very happy. All these videos, everything, they wouldn't be possible without Richard. Yes, I know we probably messed up on the video yesterday. If you've watched it, at the end of the video it's repeated itself 3 times. But he's getting better at the camera. He knows his stuff, he knows his tech stuff, he puts all the videos together, he edits it, cuts it. He's nowhere near in the league as, I don't know, an editor for a BBC programme or something like that. But without him these videos wouldn't be possible. It does take a little while to set up, you know, because you've got all the microphones, you've got all the cameras, and we're still having technical issues with the microphones, but hopefully they're going to be sorted out. Other cameras, like I say, hopefully I'll be getting another camera perhaps in a couple of weeks time, I think, and I will be filming this little one. I don't know how I can do it, whether I can do a live Facebook feed and just leave it all night with her actually on the page so you can keep checking in, or whether or not it's going to have to be the case of that I do the video, I record it, and then we just bang it straight up. Because what I don't want to do is go through the video and say, oh, she moved, she didn't. I just want to leave it and then get up in the morning, end the video, and just bang it straight up onto the page, and then let you watch it, see what you see or anything, or pick up or whatever. So that's one thing I want to try and do. You do a lot more work with Emily. She is my spirit guide now. She's part of the family. I don't know whether she'll be with me all the time, but hopefully that if things do start to kick off, she will step in and protect me a bit much like when I did the interview with Paul, with his spirit guide Daniel. Like he said, Daniel doesn't really tend to get involved much now, but if he needs to, he will, and I'm hoping Emily will do the same. What else have I got to say? Not a lot really, but again, thank you to everyone who's made this group possible. You know, without you and your support and your love, you know, I wouldn't be doing this how I'm doing it. You know, and if you've got any places you want us to investigate, you know, we don't charge, we don't ask for anything. You know, we do it because we want to do it. It's our hobby, and you know, it's fantastic having Paul on the group. And obviously Richard doing the tech work, and we will be having another crew member with us. Admittedly she's only little, but she will be part of the group. She's going to be Richard's apprentice, and obviously we're going to get Brianne involved now, so she will be the little tech guy's assistant. So that's going to be quite funny because she likes to do all the camera, and she's got her own little camera that we can send her off and she'll take pictures, but she's the kind of child that will take pictures and she'll capture something. That's just her. But yeah, go on from there. So yeah, what else can I say? Nothing much, apart from I've done Emily, I've done the pendulum board, we've done the psychics, mediums, clairvoyance, spirits, the places we've been. I don't think there's anything else I want to pick up on. No, there is not. I can't think of anything. There probably will when I end this video. Oh, I should have said that. I should have said this. But oh yeah, there was one thing actually. I put a post up on the other day about what do you fear about spirits and ghosts, and I'm really pleased with the responses I got back from everyone. You know, I think when you're going into this sort of line, it's not work, but I'm going to use that word. When you go into this sort of line of work, you know, what is paranormal? Well, we won't understand that. It's something that isn't normal. You know, it's another world, it's another dimension, it's different. And I think some people do get a bit worried because you don't know the kind of spirits that are going to come through. You don't know what kind of responses you're going to get, whether or not you do get a loved one come through, whether or not you get a real arsey, nasty spirit come through. And it is quite frightening. If you've never come across anything like that before, it can be quite frightening. And it's the unknown, it's the not knowing what they're going to do. Because yes, we've done investigations, and you know, sometimes we've probably been a bit harsh with spirits, but there's places we've been where we've had to provoke them, we've had to be quite adamant and demanding, because otherwise they won't speak to us. But then you get other spirits that are more than happy. Sometimes we haven't even set up and I've had the app going, and straight away we're getting voices come through, names come through. But yeah, so like I said, if there's anybody that's got any places they would like us to investigate, or they would like to come out with us, you know, please do so. We will work around it. We will sort it out. Obviously, I'm going to be a big kid this Halloween, so I will be all in my gear, decorating the house within the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, so okay then. So what we'll do is we will round it up. Look at her, she's my baby, she's my girl. I don't know what it is, but I've always had a fascination with dolls. The only ones that really tend to freak me out is, you know, those like jester masks, like the full face mask with the eyes cut out. I remember my sister, I don't speak to her now, but my sister used to have them all on her bedroom wall, and I would never go into her bedroom because they would really freak me out, because I'd be staring at them and looking at them, and they were just really freaky. What is that cat doing? Titch, put your leg down. Thank you. So yeah, dolls don't scare me. Clowns don't scare me, but then they do scare me. But yeah, I don't know what it is with porcelain dolls. Is it because of sometimes the way they're dressed, or the way they're presented, or the way they look? I mean, there is just something about, I've got to be careful because her head's quite loose, but her eyes, I mean, look at her eyes. There's just something about her eyes. Like, hello, you know, she's just, her eyes give it away. So, but yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on now. Hope you all have a good rest of your Sunday. We will be checking in with you guys soon, and obviously we've got the Halloween coming up. I myself, and I think Paul does as well, I think we want to get as many investigations in as possible before Halloween. And yeah, go on from there. So until the next time, as always guys, if you're doing anything, like I said, for Halloween, please stay safe doing it. You know, be careful. You know, don't do anything stupid. You know, I've got the Ouija board. Yeah, I might do something with the Ouija board. I don't know. But I'm not stupid with that. You know, I know how to open it, how to close it, and everything. But yeah, so we'll go on from there. So yeah, that's it. So we will all catch up in again with you soon. So, as always, she's heavy. As always, it's goodbye from Emily. Say bye. Say bye. Obviously, Richard's over there. Say bye, Richard.
Bye.
And obviously, again, Paul. Bye, Paul. No doubt you'll say bye as well. And as always, if you do anything, stay safe. Happy hunting. Happy Halloween. And we'll see you on the next adventure and go on from there. So, yeah, catching with you guys later. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.